Ladies and gentlemen, today we're painting a ceramic house, more specifically, Santa's Toyland. This particular set came from the 80s and had very, very dried up paint, as you'll see later on. Although I respect the paintwork on this, I did not like the coloring and lack of detail. Now here we go with the beige and a bunch of browns to see if we can do it better for the stonework. And this is the point I figure out that you have to grout backwards when you paint, or create a wash to go into the crevices so it looks like you're grouted before you put the outer layer of the stones on. But sometimes we're backwards around here.
Upside down backwards is more like it, Mom.
While I'm painting gray on this and trying to figure out what I'm going to do next, I will give you my story and why this video is taking so long. And the angles are a nightmare. This beautiful baby, yeah, that one right there, she became a surprise mommy, and then proceeded to decide that she would only feed said puppies when we put her in there. So then my little happy behind was up every 3 hours trying to make sure that she'd fed said puppies. As we can see, they're beautiful babies, but a lot of work. So I got them all squared away, got us all on a schedule, and thought everything was good. And then, I didn't take my vitamin C apparently, because I lost my voice. So this wonderfully themed Christmas video sat here, as I regained my health, with some extra puppy cuddles. So now that I'm done whining about all the things that had nothing to do with the video, but explained why I was gone so long, you can watch me throw the rest of the wash onto the Santa's toy shop. Oh, throwing my hand in there, so professional. Would you like some music to go with this? Or would you like to hear me talk?
I vote music. Your voice is so scratchy.
This is the part where I thought this was a good idea, making every single stone a different color. Well, about 3 hours later we had a stone house. Still wondering how they do that for real, to make sure not all the same color stones are together or they all fit together. It's just confusing to me. Does anyone else wonder about things like that?
Definitely a you thing. Mom.
All that sass and all that crap I did for her. I don't know. Still love her though. Back to mixing 3 or 4 shades of brown into at least 10 of them by not cleaning your brush. I guess it's the only time that's useful, not to clean your brush between colors. That way everything is just a little different. Not that it really matters at the end, but you guys can tell me in the final shots whether or not it was worth the hour and a half it took to do this. I think it definitely beats the exterior of the original setup, the full red brick situation. But this all harkens back to a story that I was telling my kids about Santa's workshop and how easy it would be to spot if it was red and green, and how it would be better in being incognito. Say that word 3 times fast. I really need some sleep. But anyways, we were thinking about making it something that looked just like a decorated house so people wouldn't be able to see it from the sky, but also have some Santa flair so the elves knew where to go. So this is what we came up with. Speaking of Santa flair, I think it's time for some non-copyrighted Christmas music, don't you? While it plays, leave what you guys do for Christmas traditions in the comments. When I'm back, I'll let you know what we do.
You still hanging out, guys? I know. It's a very long process. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Still working through it. This is side 3 or 4. It was much longer in person, but it's fun to watch. So did you leave me anything down in the comments about what you'd like to do for Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate? We, of course, have the elves that visit. Every parent that's watching this knows all about the elves and how they need to change positions every night and go places in the middle of the night. And why must they make some sort of mess? Okay, I need to stop complaining because my kids love when they come to town. It's only once a year after all. This is starting to look very gingerbreadish. Trust the process. Oh, trust the process. And it was a process. Anyone else like to upcycle vintage things or make something look a little bit different? Let me know in the comments if you have any craft ideas or what your favorite thing to do is. Have you guys ever tried diamond painting? That to me is just too hard. It's beautiful, but it looks like it takes hours upon hours. As you can see, I like to mix and match, so I would be there going, I think the red diamonds look good in the blue diamond spot. And then it'd all be done and I'd be out of diamonds and it'd be a mess, I think. There goes the all too famous chimney. My little girl asked me the other day how Santa gets in if there's no chimney. So I will pose that to you guys. What is another way Santa could get in without disrupting the household, of course? 10 years later, and we are on the last side, I think. Maybe. It's possible. I never got so sick of looking at shades of brown. How do people do it painting houses? Looking at the same color day after day. Anyways, we're doing a little wash over the wood parts of the house to make it look like wood, or at least hopefully. I go back in several times to change the color up and make it look more like wood. But again, you guys can tell me when it's done, whether or not you agree with it looking like wood, or you got a different technique that might work better. Thanks for everybody that's still here, watching the 50 Shades of Brown house. It does get better, I promise. It's just all base colors right now. It's kind of giving Snow White cottage vibes before she was a princess. Ladies and gents, hang out while I put up some music so we can get through this beige phase. just adding more wash. This has to be the third coat by now, but we're getting there. Still in the brown phase. So much for unique, but we're getting there. Adding more color to the wood so it gets a wood texture, and adding some stone details. Yay! What are we doing now? We're doing magic. That's right, metallic magic. I know, it looks like another brown wash. How exciting. But no, my friends, that's not just wash, that's copper. Real copper paint. Paint infused with copper. First you put the copper on, and it looks like a little shiny penny. Now that you could leave just the way it is, but we're a little extra around here. We're going to make this guy a little weathered and colored. Will it go with my incognito theme? Maybe not. But it's cool. And it is Santa's workshop after all. Did you guys know when we had the Statue of Liberty delivered to us, we were faced with a copper statue with no patina, and it slowly turned to the beautiful teal color we know it as now? Could you imagine being the clean crew to that statue? Looking at it going, well, it's turning green, I don't know what we should use on it. Or maybe that was the plan. I don't know. Am I the only one that thinks about things like this? Almost done doing the roof? Of course. But then you look and go, trying to avoid the snow. And now the fact that I forgot the top of the chimney and I have to paint it around the snow is glaring me in the face. Maybe I should have left it here. You can tell me in the comments. But it looked a little boring, so of course I added the magic part of the metallic magic set, as you will see shortly. The color is coming next. Oh my lord. It's the first time I got to do green and red on this whole project. It's crazy. It's supposed to be a Christmas project after all. Starting off with some red shutters, of course, because anyone can have those year-round. It wouldn't be suspicious. The giant Christmas tree, however, that may be a little suspicious. Let's see what we can do. Does anyone else have pine trees in their yard? I did when I was younger. Do you decorate it, or do you just leave it for the winter festivities? What kind of decorations have you used this year? We are between a white and a black tree. I don't know. I'm a little strange, I guess. I like differences in my holiday decorations. I have a Jack Skellington that stays up all year, but some people believe he's just for Halloween. Others, maybe just for Halloween and Christmas? I don't know. What do you think? I'm telling you, Mayco paints are awesome on ceramics, but that's what they do. Look at that! I'm using paints for the right surface for once. I'm usually the one that says, well, it's leftover, or, we could do something with that. But yes, I'm using a ceramic paint on a ceramic figure. That kind of cool. Okay, it's not that groundbreaking for the rest of you, but, me, that's kind of cool. Anyways, going back in with a little detail brush, doing my red, planning where my green should go. Trying to keep everything in frame, painting with one hand, holding it up with the other. Yeah, this was not the easiest task, but I kind of like how it turned out. But I do have a plan for a different film setup that will give me the freedom to get closer without having to hold it into frame. So that should be coming within the next few videos. And you guys can tell me if you like that better than what I'm doing here. I think just for my own sake and trying to make sure that it's done at my current level, it may be better, but we will see. Alright, now it's the magic turn. Although it doesn't look very magic right now, I'm brushing on the solution that turns the copper to that lovely teal patina color. Do you guys consider it teal or more green? I don't know, it turns out a little bit teal, a little bit green at the end, I think. But you guys can let me know what you guys think that it looks like and how successful it was. You can see it changed pretty fast. I didn't think it would change that fast. Now to go in for some detail work. I've decided not to decorate as much as just put in the red and green. As for the incognito theme we have going on. Yay, I finally said it right. It only took me 20 minutes or so. That detail brush could have been a little smaller, but you use what you got. Anyways, now adding the top of the windows. I'm not sure what they call that. I'm sure I'll find out the name of it sooner or later, and I'll put it in if I can find it. But for now, just decor. And another tree. Again, not exactly decorated, so Christmassy or not, what do you think? This little toy factory would have to be going 24 hours a day, 365 a year. How many employees or else do you think the guy would have to have in this little tiny place? I know elves are tiny, but I'd say this place would hold about 10 people, maybe. But the North Pole is all about magic, so maybe it just expands like a little bounce house. If you guys hear snoring in the background, it's just the pug. She's cute, but she's loud. I'm going to do most of the larger details on camera, but unfortunately, because I had to hold it, doing small details was too difficult to do on camera. Now it was time to fix the mistakes, or make the snow look like snow. Would you guys have left it or painted what was already white? In this case, I used a cream for the snow, and then I did a incandescent white to make it look like snow. Enjoy some holiday music, and I'll be back for the final looks. Please like and subscribe to see more content. watch me grow and achieve my goals, to make things for my little ones and share my art with the world. Thanks for being here. Here's the front, of course. I did the tiny details off the screen. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.